Hi everyone, I am Lydia. That's my dog Sophie. And I'm drinking some Dandy Blend today. I'm not drinking coffee. Which Dandy Blend, if you don't know, it's dandelion root. So if that sounds kind of gross to you, don't be alarmed, because dandelion root is actually supposed to taste like coffee and like be a really good coffee replacement, and it is actually. It tastes a lot like coffee. It's actually very good. So if you want to give that a shot, it's very inexpensive and you can buy a big bag of it, and it only takes like a spoonful. It's kind of crazy. Like, we've had the same bag for a long time. So anyway, today, what am I talking about today? Well, maybe I'll talk about nothing. And that's kind of the topic of today's video. I've been recovering from a flu, and so I've been kind of all over the place, like very sporadic, and it's been hard for me to film. I've been really in my head a lot and stumbling over my words when I'm trying to film. It just feels like things are out of alignment. Do you ever feel like that when you're recovering from something or you're about to be sick? Sometimes I can tell when I'm about to be sick, because when I film videos or I try to do something creative, there's just something off. Something's not working quite right. So forgive me, because I still want to accomplish my goals. So I'm still going to try my best to post and film. And I do have things to say, and I do like to film. So, you know, even if I'm a little off, forgive me. Forgive me. Dandy Blend is good. Anyway. My dog's so cute over there, is she not? But I really wanted to talk about today how it took me a lot to start filming and posting. And I think I've come to realize over the past years that it really doesn't have to be that serious to post on YouTube or to post on TikTok. It really does not have to be that serious. It really does not have to be this thing that it's not, you know? I used to, especially since I wanted to do this since I was a teenager, and then I fell sick for a long time. I used to post actually on YouTube when I was a teenager, but when I fell sick, it came to a complete halt, and things had changed so much in that period of time that I just felt like maybe I should approach it differently. Okay, maybe I've got to rework things. If I want to be on YouTube, if I appreciate this space and I want to be here, maybe I've got to play by these new rules, right? Maybe I've got to do the things that other people are doing, or, you know, even if I want to do it my own way, try to adhere to these new rules or these new ways of success, right? And so I would research videos, you know, how to get this many subscribers, right? Which is kind of embarrassing, because it's like, it's not even in me. It feels very fake. There's something about it that feels very fake to me. But my lens wasn't to be fake. My intention wasn't to be fake. I didn't want to come on here and be somebody that I'm not. But I really was like, okay, how do I build up and make this to be the best that it can be? How do I make this and curate this and control this in a way that is the most beneficial, the way that's most beneficial, not just to me, but to other people? Because how can people see me and even hear my story, and how can this channel be the most it can be? How can I get the most from it and make it out to be the best that it can be? Which I guess isn't inherently bad, right? But I think there's something in that that's just so inorganic, right? And that's not even really how I wanted to tell my story, right? I mean, I don't know. And I did try doing that on TikTok for a while too, before I even started posting here. Was, okay, how do I curate my TikTok so they are getting the best information out there in the best way, in the most concise way, so the most people will listen to it? And so it's almost like it's working for itself in the best way that it possibly can, my videos. And it's like, well, you know, I mean, I guess we trial and error these things, right? We test these things out. I'm not going to say I did poorly doing that, but there's just something so curated about that I don't know. It's weird because, like, in one hand I was doing that and feeling like this is how I should do things, right? Like, this is, if I want to help the most people possible, especially at that time, I was really trying my best to help get my message out there about toxic mold, and that you can heal from toxic mold, and that I've healed from toxic mold, and my ways about healing from toxic mold. I really tried to get that information out there to the best of my ability, and I thought the best way of doing that was going to be curating it. But it's interesting how at the same time I was doing that, and then also in my personal life on YouTube and on TikTok, I was trying to look for the most real, right? Like, I skip so fast past these curated videos, these videos that are like, that go by these formulas, right? I skip so fast past them. Like, they don't grab my attention. The videos that are got the highly edited, and it's like these are the 5 steps, and this is how you do that, and they answer one question per video. They, you know, it's like, I don't know, it's just these curated methods, right? It's like, in my personal life, I skip past them. I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in even watching that. And yet I was trying to do something that I wasn't even interested in watching. And I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people out here who want to do social media to any extent, okay, whether that's Instagram, you guys are still on Instagram, I don't know. Even Facebook was having a moment there where people were saying that their reels were doing good, and I don't know, you know, or their shorts, I forget what they're called over there, but whatever platform you are wanting to succeed in, it doesn't have to be the way that people are saying it has to be. And actually, I almost think it's beneficial for it to not be the way, these curated ways that these successful YouTubers are portraying. Because yes, I'm sure it worked for them to some degree, but it is funny because all the YouTubers who are at the absolute top, like the couple million, several millions, a lot of them, I was there when they were just starting out, right? And it's like, their videos were not curated whatsoever. They were doing vlogs, they were doing chit chats where they just would sit down and be silly and say literally whatever. And a lot of them would say later on that they were embarrassed during the time of filming that other people from school would find out, or other people in their family would find out that they were filming, because it was like kind of cringy for the time, and they were just talking about nothing, and maybe that didn't have meaning to some people. But the thing is they're at the top now, you know, from that. They're at the top now when they started from that. And it's like the people they have these methods, these curated methods of success. Like, yeah, they're growing steadily, and, you know, there is something maybe to that, I guess, but I also feel like culture is shifting right now from that curated way of doing things that has a method to it, and that is so carefully orchestrated and edited. I think we're shifting away from that. Not just me. I mean, I've heard it over the past year. I've heard people talking about how they're searching for channels and searching for TikToks and just anything that is real and authentic, and that is personable, and that connects with people. And I can't help but to think that there's something to that, and that at some point things are going to have to change from that to the authenticity again. And I think with the rumors of TikTok shutting down within the next, year or two, I think people are flocking maybe to YouTube. Maybe. I don't know the numbers of that, but I wouldn't be surprised. And I wouldn't be surprised if people are flocking to, I don't know, the videos that are realer and authentic and that remind them of old YouTube. Because I think at some point YouTube kind of got stale for people, and TikTok was this new refreshing thing. And TikTok was new and refreshing as well, because what is it? I mean, most of the time it was shorter videos of people being themselves. I mean, most of the TikToks that I get, maybe that's just my For You page, but it's like they are very real and very authentic, and it is just a person just talking or giving their take or giving some information, or, you know, it's very personable, you know. And I'm sure there are highly edited TikToks as well out there, but overall, I think that's what we're seeing on TikTok, right? It's just people, real people, you know? I think the similarity to Vine is what people also gravitated towards, because people loved that aspect of Vine. It was only 6 seconds long, so it was edited, but it had to be kind of authentic or kind of real, and it's kind of sloppy. It couldn't be this perfected, curated thing. And sometimes it would just be a one-off funny thing that somebody would say, and hey, that really hit it off with people. That really became something. And it's like, I think people are missing that. And, you know, you ever notice that people are saying on TikTok, like, this has Vine energy, about certain TikToks that are just so in the moment and candid, and yeah, I think there's something to that people are missing that reality. And I'm hoping with my channel that I'm kind of going back to that, in a way. Just talking to a camera, just saying things. And I'm sure this will evolve and change and grow with me and become whatever it is that I'm seeking it to be at the moment. But I don't know, maybe this will encourage you too, that if you want to do YouTube, do it and do it the way that you want to do it. Don't just do it the way that these people are saying that you should do it because it's what they say. Because that's what they say, and that's how it is right now, but no one knows if that has longevity. No one can guarantee that that has longevity. No one can guarantee that this has longevity. And so sometimes the best way to do things is to not put pressure on yourself and to just do it and to just talk It doesn't have to be about a specific thing. Like, niching down, I feel like is just a phrase, a concept that people kept pushing onto me. Like, niche down, you gotta do this. This is how you build an audience, is that, you know, if you find your niche, you only talk about that specific thing, people will find you, people will enjoy that thing, and anytime somebody's searching that, that's what they will find, is you. And I'm like, that's great in theory, but I'm a multifaceted person. Like, I don't want to just niche down. Do I, and then I thought in my head, do I build like a million different channels? Do I build a ton of different channels so that way my niches are widespread? But then that's a big undertaking when I'm just starting out here, you know? And I mean, all of this is also due to the fact that I'm an overthinker. But maybe you're like me and you wanted to start YouTube, you wanted to start TikTok, or you've been wanting to, and you've just been like, how do I go about this? Or I've tried to go about it in this way, but that takes so much more effort out of me and energy out of me and even fun out of me, because a big part of YouTube is the fun aspect, right? Like, this is a medium that in which started out by people just posting what they wanted. Like, when did it turn from this interesting form of connecting with people that involved just no expectations and just fun into this mogul, into this empire? We all have to create an empire. And it's like, sometimes, I mean, yes, that's I can understand why you'd have that goal, because some of these people are multimillionaires on here. And that's, you know, understandable why you would have that goal. And not to say that you shouldn't have that goal, but maybe the approach doesn't have to be this curated thing, because some of these multimillionaires didn't start out that way themselves. Maybe we can just post whatever, whenever, and talk about whatever, whenever, and see what sticks, and see if this is even fun or enjoyable at all to us, right? I've always loved YouTube, even when I was a teen. I loved posting on my other channel, although I did not have a ton of subscribers. But it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I've always loved connecting with people, and I've always loved the YouTube space. I've always been a watcher of YouTube, you know? And if you love this space and you like this space, then maybe create the videos that you watch, you know? Create the videos that you watch. Create the videos that you're interested in. Be the creator that you find is missing on YouTube. Hope that helps.